9 movie castings the authors originally hated. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Trendy Spotlight. 9. Anne Rice. Interview with a Vampire Author. Anne Rice was worried when Tom Cruise was cast as the novel's villainous deuteragonist Lestat in the 1994 adaptation. Best known for playing heroic all-American rogues like Top Gun's Maverick, Cruise seemingly didn't have the right persona for the role. Rice suggested Jeremy Irons or John Malkovich for the part, but was overruled by the producers of Interview with the Vampire. When the movie was completed, Rice agreed that Cruise was a fit for Lestat, and even called Cruise personally to apologize. 8. Stephenie Meyer. Much like her fellow best-selling vampire romance novelist, Twilight Saga author Stephenie Meyer had a lot of ideas for how her adaptations would be cast, and a lot of misgivings about the choices producers made. For Meyer, Twilight's brooding vampire anti-hero Edward Cullen needed to be future Superman actor Henry Cavill. While Meyer eventually conceded that Cavill might be too old to play a teenager at a sprightly 25 years old, she still petitioned producers to cast Charlie Hunnam in the role. Of course, the lead role of Twilight's movie adaptation instead went to Robert Pattinson and launched the actor to superstardom. 7. Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming wanted 007 to seem like an ordinary guy, so he wasn't initially impressed by the direction that producers went when casting 1962's Dr. Ungranted. Fleming's idea of an everyman actor was Cary Grant, who proved too expensive for the studio. However, he was not impressed with the choice of Sean Connery. That said, Fleming eventually came to love Sean Connery's 007 like everyone else, and the James Bond franchise even took inspiration from Connery's life story when Fleming changed the character's biography in later novels. 6. P.L. Travers. Charlotte's Web scribe P.L. Andrews was an outspoken critic of the movie adaptations made from her best-selling children's novels. One of her milder criticisms was aimed at Julie Andrews, who she conceded played the eponymous role of Mary Poppins well. However, Travers argued that Andrews was too pretty for the title role of Mary Poppins, and that this issue ruined a certain intangible element of the character's appeal. Emma Thompson went on to don layers of prosthetics in the later Mary Poppins homage, Nanny McPhee, perhaps in an attempt to redress this imbalance. 5. Don Pierce. While the novelist Don Pierce might be best remembered as the screenwriter of Cool Hand Luke, that didn't mean that the author was happy with how the 1965 movie was cast. Pierce argued that Paul Newman was too short for the central role in Cool Hand Luke. The legendary folk hero was intended to be a rebellious chain gang convict, so it made sense that Pierce gave him a more imposing physique. However, while Jack Reacher's screen adaptations ran into the same issue, with Alan Ritchson embodying the character better than the diminutive Tom Cruise, in the case of Cool Hand Luke, this made the hero's battles all the more impressive. 4. Ken Kesey. Much like Pierce, author Ken Kesey thought Jack Nicholson was too short and too shrewd to play McMurphy in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It is easy to see why Kesey felt like Nicholson was too shrewd for the part, since part of what makes McMurphy's character tragic was the guilelessness underlying his rebellion. However, even Nicholson's cannier McMurphy worked in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest's movie adaptation, with his smarter, more morally ambiguous movie persona complicating the character's persona. 3. Stephen King. Even at the height of his fame, Jack Nicholson seemingly couldn't catch a break when it came to authors dismissing his critically acclaimed performances. Stephen King thought that Jack Nicholson's role in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest made him too obvious a choice for The Shining's Jack Torrance. King claimed that audiences would guess Jack was going to lose his mind early on, since they would associate Nicholson with playing wild-eyed lunatics. However, this wasn't a problem for Kubrick's movie adaptation of The Shining, which portrays Jack's descent into madness not as a surprise twist, but instead as a tragic inevitability. 2. Truman Capote. While Audrey Hepburn's turn as Holy Golightly is now seen as her trademark role, the author of the novel that the movie was adapted was not happy with this choice. The famously outspoken Truman Capote wanted Marilyn Monroe, not Hepburn, for the 1961 adaptation of Breakfast at Tiffany's. While Capote wrote the original novel with Monroe in mind, and the movie's screenwriter tailored the role to Monroe, the famous star turned down the part when she was wanted that playing a lady of the evening could harm her public persona. 1. Roald Dahl. Gene Wilder's performance as the eccentric chocolate factory owner Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is now seen as a classic children's movie turn. However, the actor didn't originally impress author Roald Dahl. Dahl wanted Spike Milligan or Peter Sellers for Willy Wonka and wasn't sure about Gene Wilder. However, decades of critical acclaim prove this was another case of an author misidentifying what was best for their own movie adaptation. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.